Welcome to Dice Heist, where we roll the dice and see what we can get away with. My name is Aaron. I play Bertram Dirkstride. And, yeah, things are, gross again. Over to you, Dirk.
Yeah, my name is Nick. I play Dirk Vilgoth, our arcane trickster. Love you, man. And, yeah, we just got roughed up quite a bit by those robots that are apparently experimental and also resistant to things and also like really annoying. But you know, it's okay. We're good. How far away is Fulcrum again? Because we might need to go back. All right,
Just go home.
over to you, Adam.
Well, Bronson here playing Adam Vadava.
You did it
rogue
too.
Wizard.
I did it too.
And yeah, although we're gross again, at least for the time being, Adams is not hemorrhaging fucking hit points. So for now,
I am.
DM.
Yeah, my name's Raceland, and today we're back on Dice Heist with these three chuckle fucks who left a warehouse that they were safe in, climbed up a building to get to where they wanted to get into the sewers, and then got their asses handed to them by 4 robots.
Yep.
And it should not have been as difficult a fight as it was, but it was. Well,
Crits.
yeah.
Yeah.
It happens. I mean, yeah, it just
That's D&D,
happens, but
baby.
it is.
You hit me with 39 points from one round of attacks.
Yeah.
From one.
It was some
from
good
one of those
rolling.
things.
So, yeah. I mean, it happens, but
Be that way sometime.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So these things ain't fucking around, and you guys are in the sewers.
Yeah.
And you're worried that you might get some sepsis right now because there's a lot of open wounds. Right
I
now.
have so
Oh,
many
nuts.
open wounds
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
just
Oh,
it's
nuts.
just bleeding, and yeah. So yeah,
All right. Yeah.
what y'all doing now?
I'm gonna
You're pretty close to the warehouse still.
So now that they're all plopped down, Dirk's gonna be like, "All right, guys, that really fucking hurt. Who wants to go back to Fulcrum's?"
I don't know if that's a possibility. Anyway, that stings. I will cast Cure Wounds on who looks worse between Dirk and Adam.
Dirk is at 13 out of 70.
He will cast Cure Wounds on Dirk.
Okay.
We're gonna do it. No, not at that level.
Sorry.
First level. We're gonna
Sorry,
do it first level.
DM was that a little metagamey?
What?
Declaring my
No.
hit points. I just didn't know if those are supposed to be secret.
Metagamey is okay,
Okay,
just only to a certain extent.
In this case,
you got it.
You guys reference your fucking spell slots. It's okay. It's okay.
I know.
We're not ultra.
That feels weird.
I know.
Anyway, I'll
Yeah.
do second level.
Ooh.
Cure Wounds.
Okay.
So that's gonna be roll good. 15 health.
Nice.
I will do it another second level at Adam,
Thank you. Thanks, Bertram.
and that is 16.
Cool. That feels better.
And I'll toss Dirk another first level, and myself first. So Dirk, you will get an additional 6.
6. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
And I will get 12.
Dirk, do you want to take point on this and lead us?
Are we going forward, or are we trying to get somewhere to regroup?
Time is of the essence here.
Yep.
We should try to avoid conflict. Hopefully we can do that in this cesspool. There's no right answer here.
I say we go back. I'm pretty fucking hurt. I know you two are too.
It would be at least another hour before we're back on the streets.
And what's going to be there that's going to help us
All right.
heal
All
up?
right. Let's move. Let's just go. Fine.
Bertram will point out the area where he keeps a healing capsule.
Uh-huh.
I have it in as a potion, but I think that's
it's a
just
capsule, yeah.
by how we do things. And I have this here in case of emergencies.
I have one too.
Where do you keep it on your person? There might not be time to search you.
Dirk will kind of just pull back his vest a little bit, and there's like a zipper pouch there that
He's a
that
healing
just-
capsule stash pouch.
yeah. Well, actually, he wouldn't even. Yeah, I mean that would probably where he has it, and like you pull it out, and like it's actually like slotted in there, so it's not gonna fall out. You just gotta like pinch it and pull it out.
So this little pocket, right? You said there's a zipper for it?
Yeah.
How large is the pocket? Like a couple inches?
It's
Like you can get like maybe 2-3 fingers inside the pocket.
it would be sized for the capsules.
Just a little small one just for a capsule is what you're saying.
Yes.
It's not supposed to be gross, just I know. I know what it sounds like. It's
Oh, for the viewers at home, I was giving Raceland this very nervous look. That like, what,
Why is he asking? What am I saying? What am I setting myself up for?
okay. So inside this pocket, we'll say it's large enough for this, just for sake of argument. You notice that one of Zed's feathers is in there. It's physically in there. And now this is odd because Zed's feathers fall out, just like any other bird. However, Zed is kind of partially real, partially ethereal. So normally what happens is his feathers will fall and eventually they just dissipate.
Right.
But this one's just sitting there. And it's just still in there. It seems much more physical than any others that you've seen fall off.
Right.
You're not sure what it is. You're not sure why. You just notice it.
Interesting. I wonder if this has anything to do with my feather fall. Huh. Thanks, Zed. And he's gonna put it back in the pouch and zip it back up.
And as you say that, Zed, like, pokes you in the side of the head with his beak. Like, just, like, jabs you. You can't help but think that maybe he's correcting you. You don't know what's going on, but, like, yeah. You're not sure what's going on.
We have a phoenix down feather.
All right, so he pecked me on the head. So Dirk's gonna be like, "All right, buddy, here we go." So he's gonna pull it back out. He's gonna present it to Zed. All right, what's next, buddy?
He kind of, like, flits down, hangs onto your coat, and just pecks at the pocket.
I want to point out something. This is the Find Familiar spell is what Zed comes from, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you
Correct.
can communicate with him telepathically.
He just never does. So this is how we communicate.
I mean,
Go for
it. He does on stealth missions. He just
he
typically...
also still has animal intelligence, though.
right.
That is the other thing. So, like, it's not like it's an intelligent
Zed thinks
conversation.
he's communicating just fine.
Yeah, exactly. Zed doesn't think this is wrong. Like,
Okay. Yeah. He's okay. Let's freaking go.
you put it back, and he, like, hops back up on your shoulder, seemingly content. You don't know what's going on.
Yep.
Yes.
It's frustratingly confusing.
Lead the way.
All right. Yeah. Dirk is going to lead down one of the paths, but if he has any idea of like one that might have an area that they could hold up in to take a breather, but like also be defensible, if he has any inkling of which path would maybe have one of those.
So unfortunately, because your map did not specify those areas initially, you do not have any knowledge of those. You're basically just kind of blindly hoping that you go along the path that you have, and maybe you'll come across one, maybe you won't. So first off, I'm going to need one of you guys. One of you is going to roll for stealth for the group, and the other one is going to roll survival to lead the group. So choose who's going to do that.
Is it based on our stats?
Your stats.
Then yes, I am rolling stealth.
You'll be rolling the stealth. Okay, so you're keeping a lookout, making sure that you guys are moving quietly. One of you will roll survival to determine your path, and the final person will roll a perception check to just kind of keep an eye out and ear out for what's going on. So, decide who's doing what, and then we'll go from there.
I'll navigate.
You'll navigate, okay,
Dirk,
and then
stealth.
And then
so-
I will perceive.
okay, so
Dirk,
roll your checks.
so Dirk gave the map to Bertram while he kind of leads the way and keeps things quiet.
Right? What were you gonna say?
I was
Bronson?
robbed.
If it's possible for Adam to walk and cast, he would like to cast something that would, I think, help a lot.
Yeah. What are you casting?
He's going to cast Flock of Familiars.
Okay, interesting.
Um,
I like this version of the spell.
it takes a minute.
Okay.
Let me pull it up. Takes a minute, concentration up to an hour. Summons 3 familiar spirits. They can take animal forms of my choice. In this case, I'm just going to do bats.
Okay.
Oh, what a great idea.
Nice.
And each familiar uses the same roles options for a familiar conjured by a find familiar spell.
Right.
I can telepathically communicate with them if they're within a mile of me. I can also see through their eyes or hear through their auditory, senses. Again, while they're within a mile.
Okay.
So we have
Okay.
bat navigators,
Yeah.
Yeah.
bat
Okay.
scouts.
And an owl.
So what I'm gonna have you do, you're gonna roll a regular perception check for me,
Okay.
but the perception check is going to affect a much larger area, effectively because of the spell. Because you can send them out and kind of like give a much wider area of like perception. Obviously, like even if you want to go check out on the streets too with these, you can do that too
Or
by setting them up a little bit and like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
You're just gonna roll a straight perception check, and then that will be the effect of it. Like it's just a huge bubble that you can now see in because you have these bats helping you.
Could this information help Bertram navigate?
yeah, I was gonna
It could,
say
yeah.
because we have the 3
If-
paths.
If Bertram gets stuck with his roll, that's what will happen.
Okay, cool. That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
I rolled bad.
so what did
As
we
always.
roll for navigation? Bertram's trying to.
Oh boy, that's an 8.
Oh, okay.
It was on 14 for like 0.8 seconds, and then it just clocked over to 4. So
Okay. So
8.
so Dirk's focusing on everyone being quiet. How'd you roll for that stealth?
Yeah, so Dirk is sneaking by using Zed on his shoulder, looking through Zed's eyes for that dark vision. And Dirk got a 29 for stealth.
Okay. So you're keeping the entire party quiet. So that stealth tech is not just for you; it's for everybody.
Right.
So you're keeping everybody quiet while you're going through.
Right, navigating
Bertram's-
them, pointing them to walk the certain paths to follow me, and just
And then like when you come to a junction, like Bertram's trying to figure out where you guys need to go. And like you get to the first junction and Bertram's like looking at the map and he's like,
There's shit all over it. I literally can't read this. And
Dirk puts a mage hand up to his lips.
and then Adam is like, Adam, you see through your bat's eyes exactly the path that you need to go on. What was your investigation check or perception rather?
Total of 25.
25.
God
Okay,
damn.
yeah. So you notice that there are a few automatons moving up above on the streets. They don't notice your bat, obviously. Not really concerned about it. In the sewers, you don't notice anything moving around, anything other than like rats, that sort of thing. You do notice that there is both a cistern that you could go to, which could be possibly a way for you guys to hold up and possibly rest. However, you do know the path that you should be able to figure out by looking over Bertram's shoulder right now. Like you can kind of perceive which direction. You're just getting a better spatial awareness of the map laid out in front of you right now.
Okay.
So you can pick up on the slack there.
Yeah, Adam would point that out. There's a cistern up ahead. We might be able to take a rest.
Yeah, so Dirk will just glance at the map real quick and like, all right, let's go.
Okay, so you guys move up and you're able to enter into this area. And there's light trickling down through some grates, and it's quiet. You can see rats, the low rush of water as it kind of pours in. There's kind of like the shelf area that's mostly dry. It's dirty, but it's not actually like terribly bad. Most of it's like dry caked on mud almost. But other than that, it seems like a good place for you guys to hold up. There's only 2 entrances into here and one larger tunnel that heads out of it, kind of pouring down deeper as a exit out for the water. So, what is your plan of action?
Adam would just have his bats, essentially just guarding the cistern until we get there.
Okay. Yeah.
Making sure that there's not going to be any threats when we fucking show up.
Yeah, you get there. Yeah, the bats, they're fairly certain there's nothing. They can also look at the exits and entrances and kind of keep an eye out for you.
Cool.
Also checking up above occasionally. We're just assuming that they're kind of just in this little fly pattern that you're just constantly like keeping them active in to make sure that they're checking for you. You guys are moving currently at a pretty slow pace by being stealthy through the sewers. So that's going to be a problem possibly when it comes to this spell running out because it only lasts an hour. Mm-hmm. At this pace, it would probably take you about 2 hours to get to your final location. But that's assuming that you don't take a short rest here. Like I'm assuming that you're thinking about doing at least. So, what are you guys doing? This is decision time, I think. So,
I say we keep going.
Keep going for now.
None of us are in good shape, but there are many people out there that are in worse, so...
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. But I'm willing to be outvoted here.
We don't really know what we're going to come across in the sewers, let alone on the surface. I mean, at some point, especially if we end up fighting something down here, we're going to have to take a rest.
Also,
I would agree there. We couldn't fight again here and again later without more rest.
Also, we left evidence behind that we got down here, so they might be searching the sewers here currently as we speak. I think we should keep moving.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys do continue to move on. Are you continuing to move at your slower, much more stealthy pace? Or do you want to speed it up? And, I mean, you can reduce it by half. So basically, do you want to take an hour or do you want to take 2 hours? Taking an hour means you're being less careful and less quiet, but 2 hours means you're possibly going to have to use the spell twice, or you're dealing with not having the effect of the familiars for a period of time.
Right. Guys, I might be able to find an apothecary or somewhere that we can get healing if I can read the map right. Ooh. I'm wondering if we should hit the surface, try to snag one of those.
Yeah, if you can pinpoint it on the map first.
I can try.
Yeah. Actually, so go ahead and make an intelligence check first off.
Okay.
Be smart.
Yeah, I like this plan.
Be smart.
This is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty smart.
So that's what's the roll? Intelligence. So that is 18.
Okay, so with an 18, highly successful, you're actually able to, you take a look at the 3 paths that are possible, you're looking at the map, and you're like, okay, I'm fairly certain that at this corner, there is an apothecary here, and we pass directly underneath it. I think you're fairly certain that there's a manhole cover directly behind the shop, which is kind of like this perfect location for you to kind of like pop up and be able to hop in there if you need to.
It's so very gross that you know this.
Yeah, well...
But I'm happy that you do.
Yeah, when you live the life I do, you gotta know the streets.
So then the next question is, what pace are you continuing at? Quickly or slow?
Let's be quick. We're police, are we not?
I would rather be slow, or else we're going to alert something in the sewer, or we're going to alert something up top, and that's going to cancel out going to the apothecary anyway.
We need to recover. We should get there safely, so we should move at a slower pace, make sure that we're not detected.
It sounds like I'm outvoted, which is fine. My last words on the subject are, there are people out there that are worse than us. We knew the job going into this. We swore an oath to help people.
Think about it this way. You know how when you're on an airship and there's like an emergency and the oxygen masks come down?
No, the only
and you're told to
airship
put yours on
emergency I've
first.
seen is the whole thing careening out of the sky.
Just listen.
All right.
Or don't fucking listen. God damn it. God, continue.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm listening.
I'm just saying, it seems selfish, but it's not. We need to be able to help people in order to help them. Right?
If we die, it's all for nothing, right?
Can't
If we
help
die
people if we're
before we
dead.
help them. So let's go.
We're going slowly.
Adam got angry.
Yeah,
Adam was like, that is cool. I didn't know Adam had emotion.
None of us did. I think both we as players and characters are all.
That's when you're quiet. It's like when
remembering this.
It's like when your quiet grandpa decides to like raise his voice a single octave, and everyone just shuts the fuck up. All right. So yeah, you guys are going to continue on at a slow pace. It's going to take you about 45 minutes to an hour to get to the apothecary that Dirk was able to point out. So close to about half the way, but by the time you get there, the Flock of Familiar spell will have run out. We're going to have you guys roll again. I need you to make a stealth check for me there, Dirk. We're going to need a navigation check from you, Bertram, and an investigation or perception check for you, Adam.
I got 19.
19. Okay, good.
17.
17?
Almost the worst I could have gotten. 14.
14's not...
Oh, he got the halfling natural 1.
Yeah, okay. It's not terrible, though. It's a 14.
Yeah.
Like... So you guys are fairly stealthy. I'm actually going to roll to see what you possibly run into first. Okay, there's that.
And the flock of familiars will be a factor in detecting as we go.
Correct. Yeah. So you guys are getting closer.
I wouldn't have casted it again.
No, you still have it, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
It lasts for an hour.
Right.
Your time from here until you get to the apothecary, it is still active, is what I'm saying. Once you get to the apothecary, that's when it runs out.
Works for me.
Was what I was trying to say.
Okay.
So you do find the path quite fine. Bertram, able to determine which direction you're going in from the map just fine. The bats are flying up. You have one above the sewers, kind of just following along your path above, and keeping an eye on the streets, see if there's any that are coming, possibly going to hear you from that area. And then one or two of them are just kind of like flitting around in the sewers, kind of like checking out the other paths real quick, making sure that there's no one that could be coming up on you, that sort of thing. However, in their path, as you guys are moving forward, you guys are heading north right now from the east, from the east gate sector of the city. You were going towards central, and you guys are heading north currently. Coming up on an intersection, there is a pipe that heads back towards you, coming from the east. And one of the bats you sent down this way. The other one, you guys are heading down the north tunnel here still. One of the bats runs into one of those drone-like automatons that was flying around. It sees it flying towards you guys. It is roughly about 200-300 feet away from you guys.
In the sewer?
In the sewer. It's kind of like floating through the sewer. It's like small. Think maybe like a foot, 2 feet wide. They're really small blades, just, easily maneuverable. Mm-hmm. And it's just kind of like slowly droning on through the sewers. And it is coming towards that intersection. Now, you guys have not been noticed yet. And your destination is further on. What is the actions you guys are going to take? Are you guys going to try and hunker down? You're going to keep on pressing forward, move more quickly forward, backpedal? I'm just going
to have the bat distract the fucking drone by annoying the shit out of it.
Okay.
Ooh, cool.
Okay. Make an attack roll for the bat.
Or actually, I'm going to cast Chill Touch through the bat.
Fuck.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hang on.
my.
Does that work, though?
I'm going to let it work.
Chill Touch isn't an actual...
it is a touch spell, though,
It's
isn't
not,
it?
though. It's a 120-foot
Oh, it's
range
not?
necromancy
It doesn't.
spell.
You can still
'cause
cast
it's
it
like a
through a
spectral.
familiar. It does not matter if it's a touch or not.
No, it has to be
That's-
touch.
It doesn't have to be
think
touched.
From Find Familiar rules, it has to be a touch spell.
Let me see if I
okay.
have another touch.
Yeah, do you have a touch?
Because otherwise you
cantrip?
could just,
think
point
I
at
do.
it.
That's true.
Shocking grasp?
You wouldn't need the familiar.
See, I can shocking grasp through Zed, but...
I mean,
Yeah,
Zed-
Chill
Zed could fly
Touch
down there.
is definitely a misnomer of spell name.
Yeah, because the thing that's touching is the spectral hand that you're casting forward
Yeah.
that touches them.
And it's not like it does ice damage either. It's necrotic.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
So it's...
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole fucking name is
The whole
wrong.
name is it's entirely a misnomer.
Do you hear us, Watsy? It's wrong.
Wizards of the Coast, you should feel bad.
And yeah, in that case, yeah, I'll just do the normal attack for the bat, I suppose.
Yeah,
Okay,
just see what
Just
happens
distract,
from that.
I mean-
yeah.
Ooh, bat stats.
I should be able to actually look this up. Yep, bat.
He's got it.
Let's see. Gets +0 to its attack.
Okay, cool.
Roll good.
Good thing it's
It's an 18.
18.
Nice.
That's good.
1 piercing damage.
Okay, 1 piercing damage. Okay. So, I'm going to roll a d4, because these things are really small. They don't have a lot of hit points. It only has 1 hit point.
Oh, no way.
I just rolled a 1. We're just going random because this is fun. And it just like walks up to it, and like
basically
the
is
bat
bat
like
stats.
buffets the fucker, and just like one of its propellers flops off, and it just goes into the wall as it think in this tiny explosion. But it's dead now.
Fuck yeah.
Bats also have 1 hit point.
Yeah.
There's an automaton sitting at a computer screen going right. The fuck! I just
How do I explain this to fucking billing?
Sir, there's just a bat. I don't know what's going on here.
Angry bat.
We're tired of your shitty flying, Johnson. You're fired.
Sir, we lost another one in the sewers.
We're recycling you for parts.
night.
Okay, yeah, so never mind. Continue on.
Excellent. Well fucking done.
Excellent.
Everyone.
Excellent use of that spell.
We're moseying. We're continuing.
Yeah, so you guys mosey on, and you are able to get to the manhole cover that you believe is directly next to this apothecary in this round. So, what are you guys doing here? I'm assuming that the bats are going to fly around and take a quick look around.
Mm-hmm.
Is Zed going to go with them? Zed effectively has a cloak of elven kind too.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
like,
more or less.
What?
I think I'm gonna have Zed be on a nearby either like tree branch or whatever he can be perched on,
Okay.
but like kind of hidden, but have an overlook view
Okay.
of like the sewer and like the entrance to the apothecary.
Okay. So I'm gonna need a perception check from from Adam, please, for your bats. I'm gonna need a stealth check from you for Zed first,
Bat
and then I'm gonna use your passive as far as that goes.
Okay.
16.
16.
And,
Nice.
and they also have echolocation,
Okay.
which is like blind sight for 60 feet.
Right. Which makes them more effective in the sewers.
Zed. Oh, I wish he had better stealth.
It's advantage at least.
He does have advantage. So that's 15 for Zed.
Okay.
Also, question, if there's any hearing involved, bats do have keen hearing, and they would normally get advantage on the wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing.
Okay. So yeah, roll again. Yeah, roll with advantage.
And Dirk also has that keen
Much
hearing.
better. That's
and
26.
Okay. Yeah. So you are able to detect that the area is mostly clear. However, there does seem to be some sort of mechanical whirling. You assume that there is automatons in the area. They're not super close by, based on the fact that like you can just barely hear it on the edge of the bat's range. You can fly around with them to try and pinpoint where they are if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of do a quick like swirl around the bats, try and check. They are like currently they are 3 doors down from the apothecary, and there is a group of 3 automatons. They look like a variety of different functions at one point. But it seems as if their bodies, as you're able to now see them, have kind of been modified to be much more militaristic. There has been basically some sort of firearm attached to their arms, but like they still have the other attachments like that they normally would. Like one of them looks like they're just a nanny bot, but it just has like a shotgun strapped to its arm now. It's really like kind of baffling, but like what's going on? So there's 3 of them just kind of like strolling down the street towards the apothecary right now. You do have enough time to sneak in there quickly if and they will not see you, but you have to move fast is what you're learning from this. Or you have to wait for them to pass too. And you don't know if they're going to turn down and possibly go towards where you're at anyways once they get toward.
Animal asked the other 2, there are a few automatons up there, and they look like they're a bit modified. Should we wait until maybe they pass? Because I'm not positive we'd be able to sneak past them. But if we are going to sneak past them, we have to do it now.
How about you guys stay here? I'll go in, loot the place,
of anything useful and meet you guys back here.
Okay.
Okay.
Just, shout if you're dying.
All
You
right.
got it. Yeah, I have message. I'll send you a message if I need help.
Go ahead and roll that stealth check then, as you go on the solo mission.
And actually, Adam's gonna send a bat with Dirk that's just gonna fucking like hang on the back of his cloak or
Oh,
shirt.
okay, yeah, gotcha.
Okay.
So nothing that will give him away, but it's like, so you have like ears
Yeah.
on him at all times. I like it.
So that's 11 plus 12.
Okay.
So that is 23.
23.
For stealth. And I also have Zed out overlooking it before Dirk goes out, so I don't know if I get a perception check for that or anything.
No, there's no perception check required. You guys have a
Okay.
good idea of what the picture is right now because of the other familiars. So you're able to get out of the sewers and get to the back door of the apothecary. However, the back door is locked. There is a window you could break in if you wish, but I don't know what you want to do here. You're still with the locked door, and the clock is ticking. You can hear them coming. You get maybe 1, maybe 2 actions before you could possibly be in sight.
Okay. Yeah, Dirk is going to, just try to pick the lock real quick. And he's going to use his mage hand to do so. And he's going to kind of scoot somewhere where he could hide for cover if he needs to.
Okay, sounds good.
So, sleight of hand. That's good. 28.
28. Okay. So you kind of like you quickly conjure the mage hand, and it's kind of doing its thing with the lock. And as you go to duck behind for cover while you're letting it do its thing, you hear a click, and it's nearly imperceptible to everyone around you, but you're able to swing the door in. Now, I'm gonna have you roll a d20.
Okay. Oh boy.
If you roll an 11 or higher, it's going to be a squeaky door.
Oh no.
Roll low.
Yep.
Roll low. Low. We Gucci.
You Gucci?
That's
We
a 5.
Gucci.
Okay, so you ended up with the apothecarist who is oiling his hinges, thankfully, as the door swings
Nice.
open nearly silently, and you're able to slip in, closing the door behind you.
Yep.
And just as that door, you turn the handle back, the 3 automatons come around the corner.
Uh-oh.
And they keep moving.
Okay.
Seemingly unknowingly, I am going to roll a perception check for them. This is still going to stick with your 23 stealth check, correct?
Correct.
Okay. They only rolled a 20. I rolled pretty good, but not that good. I rolled a 15, so it could have been worse. But they do not notice you as you slip in quietly into the apothecary.
Perfect. Dirk's gonna sit tight where he's at for a moment and kind of like keep an eye on them through Zed's eyes.
Okay.
As they pass by or whatever they're doing.
Okay. So they pass by, and as you're kind of like peeking out the back window, kind of like watching them as they kind of like trail off, you got like this kind of like frosted glass, so you can only see like their figures as they move on out of sight. But just as they kind of pass out of sight and they seem to be out of earshot, you go to turn back to check in the shop. You feel
Oh, yikes.
a sharp jab. Not sharp, but
Fuck.
poke from a stick as you turn around in your side. Don't fucking move.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm human.
Yeah, no shit, you're human.
I'm here to help. My name's Dirk. I'm with the Defense Force. He pulls out his badge.
So as you kind of are able to kind of like get this this figure who has like a hood over him, he kind of like falls back, and you see this dragonborn figure. He's kind of smaller in size and in stature. He looks like he's blue and red. With like red patches on his skin, and he just kind of like slumps back onto the floor as the wand kind of like falls from his hand, and he just kind of starts crying, like quietly. He's like, "Oh, thank God! I've been hiding.
Are you okay? Are you hurt?
What the fuck is going on?
Shh. Keep it down. It's okay. Shit hit the fan. The automatons, they were taken control of somehow by a central power, and somebody is pulling their strings and militarizing them and collecting anybody, any organic creatures and collecting them and doing I don't know what.
Wait, what are they doing to us?
I don't know what.
Oh God.
But
Okay.
hold on.
Okay.
We're me and my friends. They're nearby. We're going to stop them, but we're hurt pretty bad. Can you help us?
I mean, I've got some bandages. I've got some salves in the back. Look, this stuff is only minorly medicinal. It's more for like show. Look, it's just oils to make people feel good and smell good. Okay, this is what I have in here.
He's an essential oil dealer.
Quiet down.
We went to the wrong place.
We went to Earthbound instead of
God damn it.
instead of an actual apothecary.
Went to some doTERRA show.
Fuck.
And Dirk just kind of like quiets him down. Look, all right. I'm gonna have my friends come up here. My one is good in alchemy. He might be able to make something work. All right. We're gonna keep it quiet, keep you safe, but you're gonna help us so that we can help everyone else.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And it's at this point that the bat unclings itself from Dirk and begins scouting the apothecary.
And I'm assuming
Literally
that
just like flitting around in the most chaotic pattern.
And Dirk's gonna send a message to them. I think I can use the message spell. It would go through to them.
Do you remember how familiars work in the telepathy and the
Yeah. No.
see and hear?
Yeah. No. I know. I just didn't know. Whatever.
All right, go for it.
All right, guys, get up here.
as you say that, they're already like coming in through the door because they're like, yeah, we heard, we were here for all that.
I would like to have reloaded while I was downstairs waiting.
That's cool. Yep, that's fine.
All right, whatever.
I'm going to keep the shells.
Okay. So yeah, I guess we're gonna check out for anything that can be useful to us.
Yeah, so
Like two more bats fly in behind Adam.
and as the bats fly in, the spell fails because time ran out.
Fine by me.
It only lasts till you guys got to the apothecary. So, you guys are now currently in the apothecary. You don't hear anyone around you. There is this gentleman here. He tells you that his name is Thoris.
Thoris.
Yep. And he has some salves in the back that could help your wounds, bandages, but they take time to fully take effect. There are a variety of different alchemical ingredients here, but he doesn't mix actual potions. He just... It's more just for show. It's what people like. It's what people buy. It's.
Adam, see what you can do. I'm going to pull out a blue stone and flick it, and it's just gonna begin to orbit around my head.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna start ritually casting Unseen Servant. I don't know how long we'll be here, but if it's about 10 minutes, then I'll have an Unseen Servant.
Yeah, I mean, if Adam's gonna make anything, it's gonna take about like hour, maybe more, depending. So, so you take.
Might as well take a short rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you take about 10 minutes to kind of look around. You guys put some salve on yourselves, wrap up your bandage your wounds and everything like that. And
I'm also gonna have Zed scouting outside.
Okay, that sounds
during
good.
this time.
Yeah.
Is it possible that Adam could try to MacGyver something that could be even better healed than the...
Yeah. So I'm saying, like,
Salves.
because you guys are possibly going to be here for at least an hour, if you're going to do that, the salve will take effect during that short rest.
Sounds good to me.
So you get, I need you to first roll an investigation check.
That is 16.
16. Okay. So you think you can scrounge something together. I do need you to make an alchemy check. which I believe is going to be an intelligence-based check, and you will have your proficiency for it.
Dope.
So I think it's +7.
Yeah, that's right. 14.
14. Okay. So not terrible, but not amazing. You are able to whip up some small concoctions if you're willing to put in the time to do so. The number will be, we'll say, you could make effectively a D6 -1 concoctions in an hour. Now that means that you will, no matter what, spend that hour time, and it's possible that none of them will work.
Sure.
But these will be basically minor potions. I'll let you know how effective they are when you use them, because you won't know until then. Because you're just working with what you got here.
All right.
This is not an exact science right now. You're just kind of like trying to make something work.
Yep.
While we're resting, I will just give everyone some words of encouragement and use my Song of Rest.
Nice.
It's more like words of rest.
Was that give an
Bertram.
extra D6, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Just an extra D6 to anyone's hit die they roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
As long
but
as you
only
roll
one
at least
D6.
once. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to spend at least one hit die.
Okay.
I will do that for mine.
Okay.
But you have to spend at least one hit die to get the additional D6.
You guys do also, in addition, from the salve, gain an additional 6 hit points from your short rest as well.
Additional 6.
Yep.
Oh, well, sorry. In that case, then I'm not using either of those things. I'm not using a hit die. I'm not any of that. Salve is fine.
Okay, cool. So keep your hit die then. And then you guys, if you have 6, if you use at least one hit die, you get an extra D6 to it as well then.
Yes.
Let's see.
So Bronson, while they're figuring that out, can you please roll me that D6 to determine the number of salves you get? Or potions, rather.
If it's a D6 -1, that equates to 2.
Okay, so 2's not terrible. So you do end up with 2 potions that you're unsure of the final result on.
Right.
You're pretty confident in the results, but you have 2 what you would assume are effective potions. So you can keep them on you now, take them now, or save them for later, doesn't matter. But
Would they be considered like minor healing potions, or just a random? Are they random potions?
I know what they are, but until you drink them, you will not. Because
Even if Adam knows the ingredients.
He does, but you're working with ingredients that are not reliable. So
All right.
you're hoping that they're good. You're confident that they will be beneficial. You're not confident on the extent of their benefit.
Okay.
So you're also doing it in kind of a rush situation, in an unfamiliar situation, with lackluster tools, that sort of thing. Like it's not a great place for you to be making these. So these are the downsides, as you're unsure of the final result.
Okay.
Maybe the first time in my D&D history of 10 plus years of playing, I am out of hit dice.
What were you saying, Bertram? What was Bertram saying about never?
Literally never before, and still wouldn't have if I didn't get to burn one for some spells.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
Yeah.
But hey,
put them back at full.
so you guys are heading on.
Back into the
Sorry,
sewer?
he's still rolling.
Sorry, guys.
Are you full
slow
HP?
ass.
Okay, we'll just.
Oh, Adam's good? Okay. Yikes. That's all what your full HP looks like.
I know.
6.
I was telling Raislin during our break, I'm like,
It's like 18 less than my math.
I was telling Raislin during our break, I'm like, I feel like Adam's just gonna have to take the tough feat, just so he's not just so fucking squishy.
What's your con score?
14,
God, that's pretty good.
because I just rolled bad on my
Yeah.
Oh, on your levels?
HP stuff. Yeah.
Oh man, my
Well,
con.
you're a wizard guy, so.
My con is coming in so clutch with these rolls.
Yeah. All right.
I'm
So you
back
feeling
up to
better
full,
now?
I'm back up to full. I have 2 hit dice left.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So resources are pretty low right now, is what I'm hearing.
Yep.
I like this. Okay. So cool.
I don't.
I
Both.
love it.
This is fun.
So you guys have spent about an hour here. You guys 2 hours out from when you left Fulcrum's. It's about another hour taken slowly through the sewers to get to the tower, or half an hour if you're willing to move quickly and risk possibly being seen or heard. You will still be able to move stealthily. It's just you won't be doing it as well. So Go ahead and let me know where you guys are going from here. What's the game plan?
Again, my vote is we be quick. We are quick.
I'm fine with being quick now that I feel better.
Yeah. Now that we can actually hold ourselves up. All right. Well, I'm always down for quick when we're ready.
You guys do have another option, which I didn't mention because I figured that it was not at all favorable.
Go out on the streets.
I was gonna say, yeah, you guys can move really quick.
Oh, we can.
You guys could get there in like 5 minutes.
Oh,
But
if
that,
you took your,
but
your-
that would be
your-
super aggro.
yeah, and you guys would get there like very quickly.
And in style.
And everyone would know
but
that we're there.
everyone would know.
Possibly, yeah, probably.
There's
I'm in
there's-
favor of it, but I'm willing to be outfooted yet again.
All right. So here's the question. Do we want to ride in like badasses or sneak in like intelligence strategists?
I'm gonna go for the latter as Adam looks at his fucking thin arms.
Well, I prefer the former, but it's 1-to-1. Dirk?
Zed, what do you think?
Pecks you on the head lovingly. Yeah, pretty much.
Wait, I have an idea. What if I run in first and cause a distraction and try to lure as many of whatever is probably guarding this building away while you guys go in undetected?
I think if anyone here is the master of distraction, it is me.
If you,
I mean,
And I don't like the idea.
I mean, I think we're all pretty strong in that area. I think that's kind of where our skills overlap. But, I'm open to plans.
I do enjoy the spotlight, but in this case, it might be a, gun sight.
Well, on one side, he has his boots. He can move very quickly.
You can
On the
move
other-
much quicker than me.
On the other side, I'm also very good at getting in and out of tricky situations.
I don't think having everyone's attention on Adam is good for his long-term health.
I'm not sure splitting up is the move. I don't think that's what we should do.
Split the party.
If we need a distraction, we can use Zed. That,
Yeah.
I don't want to say disposable, but let's
Look,
be honest.
I know.
They are a renewable resource.
Zed hops onto your head and starts digging his claws in.
I will pull your feet, your
Zed-
stupid bird legs apart.
Zed, I love and appreciate you, buddy. And any sacrifice you make, I will appreciate you and reward you with all the loving treats later. But we need to get through this, and hopefully,
And they'll be fine anyway.
yeah, you'll be fine. You're a face spirit. I'll see you again, regardless.
He pecks you on the forehead one more time before flitting back over to Dirk's shoulder.
I will pluck you, you dirty chicken.
Hey. Zed and Bertram. We're a team.
Zed nuzzles you lovingly.
Zed only scratch at his head or poke at his head if I say it's okay. Okay.
Preposterous poultry.
He makes a little chortle in affirmation, but you're still not 100% sure that he's gonna listen.
Fair enough.
I feel like there's a part of Dirk where he doesn't want Zed to listen to that last
Yeah, that's where that comes from.
We're moving. We're on the way.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you guys are moving on your way, and you're going to go quickly, correct? That I'm just making sure I understand.
We're
what the
going
game-
quick, but we're not quad motor quick.
No, I think we're still trying to stealth, but just
Yeah,
quick.
no, we're not hopping
We're
on
trying to. Yeah,
on the
we're going to
bikes.
go as quick as we can and
Okay, so are you running through
first,
sewers
stealth second.
or running through streets?
Sewers. I
Sewers.
think.
Okay, so
Yeah.
running through sewers is going to take you a little bit longer. We're going to say about 20 minutes, and you're not going to roll a stealth check. Because there's just, if 20 minutes time, you can't be stealthy during that time.
Right.
So go ahead, and I need someone to make a perception check and someone to make a survival check.
Okay.
The third person can choose to focus on either one of those tasks to kind of be like a secondary.
Give the help action.
Yeah, basically. But you're just going to roll separately just to make it more.
Okay.
More even here.
I can assist with survival. Actually, survival and perception is the same for me. So
yeah, you guys can roll first, and then that person can decide.
Dirk, what's your bonus to perception?
My bonus to perception is +5. My bonus to survival is +2. So I'm thinking
Go perception.
Yeah.
Your survival, Adam. I'm sorry, no, your perception, Adam.
Is amazing.
He's helping with perception, and I'm Bertram will
No,
help with.
it's on
we'll
you.
do survival.
It's on you. Dirk got a 9.
I got 12 total.
Okay.
I rolled really low.
Balls.
Survival 14.
14. Okay. So you guys are able to keep your path, and you're able to, for the most part, kind of understand, like, through the sewers, you're not running into anything in the sewers, at least. You're pretty sure there's nothing adversarial down here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Interesting.
It's always concerning when the DM says interesting.
Okay. So coming from up ahead of you, you guys can hear a commotion, though, as you're moving forward. Now, it's not in the sewers, it's just above, and it's actually kind of close to where your destination is. You're maybe about a couple hundred feet away from where you're going to come out of the sewers to get into the building, hopefully. And you hear an altercation going on. There is... you hear the voices of Dragonborn up above, and the clash of metal as you hear what is obviously a fight going on right now. Other than that, you are unsure of what's going on. You could send Zed out. Excuse me. You could send Zed out to kind of figure out what's going on. Your other familiars are gone.
Yeah.
Unless you chose to cast it during that time, which I'm fine with if that's what you want to do. But
Are there any voices we recognize of the Dragonborn?
no, it's just kind of like general like grunts, shouts. Like you can generally tell that it's probably a Dragonborn speaking or a kobold possibly.
Yeah. Dirk is definitely gonna summon Zed above. In somewhere. Hopefully he can be stealthy. If not, then just wherever to get a look over the stuff.
Okay, so you're able to summon Zed kind of over the area and kind of in this this area in front of the buildings because there's kind of like this large street. We'll say it's probably about like maybe 4 or 5. We'll say it's like 30 feet wide is this street that completely surrounds the 5 towers. So it's just kind of like this large round, like roundabout that just goes around the whole area of it. And fighting in front of one of the 5 towers, you're unsure of which one it is right now. You kind of would have to get closer because they're not like big signs on them right now.
Right.
There is a group of 3 Dragonborn in extremely shiny armor. Each of them has these large metallic wings that are kind of folded behind them. And you assume, because you've never seen these, but you've heard about them, that these belong to the Soaring Scales Brigade. And they are a specialized strike force in Agelphia. They are like basically Agelphia's form of...
National Guard?
Yeah, like... but it's more like Secret Service, actually.
Oh, God.
Like, they protect the council, specifically, and also more specialized enemies.
Well, yeah, Dirk will definitely communicate to the others that he sees them specifically
Why
up
would
there
they
fighting.
be here?
They are fighting currently against a larger group of assembled automatons. There's a variety of them. Some of them are actually spilling out of the one building that's there, and it looks like Zed notices off in the distance there are 2 of the prototype automatons that are converging on the location. It looks like the Soaring Scales are currently kind of losing the fight.
Yeah, like
going on right now.
Does it look like they're desperately outnumbered, or like it's a feasible fight?
It looks like before the 2 were coming in, it was an even fight, and now it looks like they're kind of trying to back off and possibly retreat since there's new combatants coming into this fight.
Okay, so it sounds like a feasible fight to Dirk.
It seems like a withdrawal at this point. Yeah, it's like mostly even right now as is.
But
if you guys want to involve yourselves,
but they're probably going to die. They might die.
There will be losses.
You do also know that they are working with the military. The head of the Soaring Scales Brigade is leading the city's defenses right now.
Right.
So that call to action that you guys all got was when
Yeah.
you heard that.
We may not want to let them know
Yeah.
we are AWOL.
Exactly. That's another issue that you see, possibly, if you were to help them. So,
Right. Balls. All right.
If we want to help, I'm sure I can talk us out of it.
I'd rather skip over them altogether and just get into
Continue
the
our mission.
They
All right.
may be otherwise good people.
Adam, roll me an intelligence check real quick.
How did Bertram become moral compass here?
17. Adam, you're fairly certain that you might be able to get into the building via the sewers.
That's literally what Bronson the player was going to.
Yeah, because you know that the sewers converge on the central location, and from your historical knowledge, I'm reading up on the city, you know that there is kind of like this museum now that sits at the center of these 5 towers that actually once was Castle Ilgelfia. It was the original castle where the king of Agelfia used to live. But it's been downsized, and now it's basically just kind of like this archaic museum that they put magical and historical artifacts in just on show. But you do know that the cisterns probably lead directly into the dungeons of the old tower, or the old castle. So you should be able to get into them via the sewers, possibly. And then from there, getting to a tower, there are entryways into all 5 of the towers from the castle. So that's your most obvious egress into the Automation Incorporated tower.
Cool. Well, if our goal is to stop all of the robots in this city from killing the citizens, I don't think stepping out to help these Dragonborn would help accomplish that goal.
Okay.
But he's saying that to both Dirk and Bertram,
If
especially.
if we help them, they could possibly help us, but also possibly not.
There's just going to be more coming anyway.
Yeah. We have a plan to hit at the heart, to knock down everything. I feel like we need to stick to our mission. It's more important.
I'm outvoted. Fine. Let's do it.
There should be sewer access into the castle. Is the castle like in between all of the buildings that spiral up?
Yeah, so they're kind of like, it's like the central area is where the castle is. It's much smaller than it used to be. And then on the outskirts of that is these 5 towers that are skyscraper sized, almost the size of the Empire State Building individually. They each have 100 floors. The 100th floor is the CEO's office. And at the very center near the top, there is this floating little office space that is the council chambers, where all of the councilors meet. So it's directly floating above the castle. So yeah, you guys can get in there, and there's entranceways from the castles to the buildings, and from each of the buildings across. Like even at certain heights, at certain levels, there's even like bridges that go across between adjacent buildings. So they are 5 separate towers, but they're kind of interlocked too.
Okay.
They're structurally even. So
Would we have to step out of the castle to get to the towers?
no,
or
you would not have to exit out to the outside.
Cool.
To get from the castle to one of the towers, and even possibly get from like one tower to another. You technically don't, because there's like little bridges that go across.
Cool. Yeah. As long as you have the map sense, that should be able to get us underneath that.
Yeah.
We'll find an access point.
We'll find it.
Okay. So now I'm going to need one final survival check from someone
What's your bonus?
to find that a
Plus
correct
2.
location.
I think I get 4
Oh.
total to my survival.
Mine's also 4, but I've been doing it, so I'll just do it.
Go for it.
It's a natural 1.
It's a natural 1.
Oh, nuts.
Total of 5.
Okay.
Right? Please be
So-
a 7. Please be... No, it's a natural.
It's a natural 1.
Yeah.
So are we fully relying on him to
It's over
succeed?
here. Clearly.
Okay, so Bertram leads you on, and it's kind of dark over here. The light, because you're kind of passing underneath where the buildings are, You guys, it's nearly pitch black through here as you're continuing on. And you continue forward.
So I do still have Zed on my shoulders, looking through his eyes to to have dark vision, 60 feet.
Can I have a perception check from Zed, please?
Yep.
It is not based on hearing, so it is not an advantage.
That is a natural 20.
Okay, so Bertram, you are leading the pack.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're going, the path that Bertram has chosen just drops off. And you see Bertram's foot is floating over air. And he goes to step down, just like putting his full weight down. And Dirk, you're able to literally grab his shoulder and catch him as he starts to fall forward and pull him back.
Yep.
So you are able... the nat 20 saved the nat 1 here, okay? And Dirk is able to move forward a little bit more and look down and kind of see that it drops down into a pool of water, which does look like there is a little bit of light, very faint light coming from up ahead from one of the grates that looks like it could go into the lower levels of the castle.
Thank you for saving me from the vat of gross bullshit.
Yeah,
and normal shit.
Let's watch where we step now, huh?
So you guys are kind of like, now that you're able to kind of get a better idea, you can kind of see what's going on. It's kind of like this circular chamber that just drops straight down from the pipe that you guys are coming out of. And it drops down maybe about another 5-10 feet before it hits this pool of water. You're not sure how deep. It's very dark in here, and even with Zed's dark vision, he can't tell what's going on exactly underneath the water. However, on the opposite side, there is another pipe that looks like it has a grate that goes out into a lower level of the castle, is where you're assuming. You don't know how you're going to get from here to there right now, but that's for you guys to figure out.
Sorry, is it like a bunch of water between us, or is it?
Yeah, it's like
big fall.
It's a fall into a pool of water.
Okay.
And we'll say it's 15 feet across. So you could leap it possibly, but it'd have to be a good athletics roll.
How are the walls of this chamber?
They are pretty sheer and slimy.
Okay.
You could possibly walk across it, but you'd be hoping for a good roll too.
Right.
Hey, Adam, that grappling hook you got there might be useful here.
To get specifics on how it works, the idea was to basically be like a Dark Knight grappling hook, where it yanks him to the point.
Okay.
Yeah, if he can,
You could do that. You could work for you. It could work for one individual.
Right.
Or you could use it to swing across, which would require rolls. Rolls that would be much like lower DC for everybody. Yeah. But
Hold on.
he normally drops someone in those movies, so.
Hold on.
Don't copyright strike us. I performed that just now.
Yeah, Dirk is gonna reach into his bag of holding and pull out his rope. He's gonna hand one end to Adam and let the rest slack down, so that'll just zip away as he goes. So he'll have one end of the rope and I'll have the other. It's 50 feet of rope. I don't know how big the chamber is, so I don't know if that's even gonna...
No, it's only
15
foot gap. It's not like it's crazy. You could do that.
Oh,
yeah.
And it's a pool of water, right? I mean, it'll be gross, and I'll hate everyone and everything if I end up down there, but we'll survive.
Right. All right. Well,
Unless there's an alligator.
grapple hook man first.
Yeah, Adam's gonna aim the grappling hook at a point across the gap, but trying to think of what he's gonna hook onto.
Are there any fixtures in the sewer? Grates or otherwise?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's a grate you could... That's a little bit higher up that seems like it's pouring out of... there's water pouring out of it. You could try and hook onto there.
All right, yeah. Trying to think of anything that might be able to give me bonus to what I'm about to do, because I feel like I'm more likely to miss.
Random bullshit, go!
Right.
I think you just gotta do it, my man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
All right.
comes down to the dice.
So you're
who have
swinging
been
across.
fucking us the whole last 3
I mean,
sessions.
I'm trying to like put the grappling hook to the grate.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Okay, so you shoot it up. Shink, it sticks into the grate. It hooks it. You're pretty sure it's a
Nice.
secure latch.
I'm
All
just
right.
gonna hold on. I'm gonna push Adam because we're taking too much time. Bertram's like, people are dying. Hang tight.
So Adam just shoved, goes, "Ah!" and you swing across, and you land on the other side on that little
Nice.
ledge there, and you start swinging back a little bit as you're like
no,
holding
let
yourself
go.
up on
Let
the.
it's mounted to the gauntlet.
I love how this 15-foot gap has
It's
slowed
our
us
biggest
down so
nemesis.
much.
Yeah.
All right, so Adam, you just got across the gap, and your gauntlet is still attached to the grappling hook. Are you going to take the glove off and swing it back so others can swing across with it?
No, hold on.
Just cut the rope.
Did Adam actually grab the rope when he grapple hooked over, or did he not?
The whole grappling hook apparatus is like mounted to the gauntlet.
I'm saying,
so
did
it's a
you
personal
did you
use
grab
item.
onto the rope that Dirk handed out for him to take, or did you just fucking go?
Oh, I thought you fucking like tied that to me or some shit.
He tied it to you, sure.
No,
You're
it's okay.
It doesn't matter, so it's fine. Yeah, he
All
tied
right.
the rope to you.
Cool. Otherwise, you could just throw the rope over it. Too.
It's 15
or
feet.
mage hand it.
Yeah.
That's true, too.
So Dirk is actually gonna use his mage hand to untie the rope off of Adam and tie it up onto the grate.
Okay.
Can you get my grappling hook while you're there?
Yeah, and then his the mage hand just grabs the grapple hook, wiggles it loose.
Yeah, it plops down into the water.
Gross.
I'm just gonna reel it back.
Yeah, so you
And-
reel it back up.
And then the mage hand just brings the rope over to Bertram.
You hear hissing from below.
What?
You hear hissing below.
I'm looking over the edge.
It's dark. Really fucking dark. You can't even see the water because you don't have dark vision. Zed does, though. Zed sees a couple crocs swimming around down there.
And so this is a 15-foot gap, but for Bertram right now, it's looking like it's just extending more and more.
Any stone, rock, or anything that's like loose that's nearby. I could pick up like a pebble.
No, like a pebble, yes.
Yeah, I'd love to grab a pebble.
Okay, you can grab a pebble.
I'm gonna cast light on it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna drop it down this abyss because that's a no-no sound.
So you drop it down in this abyss.
I'm gonna cast
And
light. Yeah, little pebble casting light.
So you grab a little pebble and it drops down. And it wasn't a very heavy pebble. So actually it wasn't a pebble, it was a piece of dried shit, so it floats. Which makes it better. You're just mad that you realize this rock is floating now. And realize what that means.
Dirk's next to me. I'm gonna wipe my hand off on Dirk's sleeve.
Dirk just reaches into his bag of holding, hopefully pulls out the wand.
And it does appropriately illuminate the two crocs that are circling down below.
Okay. I'm just gonna tug on the rope, make sure it's secure.
Meanwhile,
Make sure
Dirk's,
the rope's secure.
Uh-huh.
And tug on it.
Dirk's just behind him and like, I'm a dirty hobo. And just cleans the little shit stain off of his vest. And then puts it back.
I'm just gonna kind of try to put as much of my weight on this thing as I can before I leap off. And I'm gonna rope swing.
Athletics check, please.
Would Adam be able to ready a frostbite cantrip?
Sure, yeah.
The triggering event being a croc coming out of the water after Bertram.
4.
Oh, no! Okay.
Natural 3.
All right, so you misjudge the trajectory of this,
Mm-hmm.
and your hand slips on the rope a little bit as you're going, and you only drop a couple feet. But what that means is that when you get to the other side, because the grate was a little bit further along, you're now like the lip of the tunnel is about at chest height for you.
Yeah.
So you're trying to scramble while kind of kicking off of this slimy wall to try and pull yourself up while still holding onto this rope and not falling down more. And you guys can see the crocs moving towards the location on that side where Bertram is nearly falling into the water right now.
I'm gonna try to pull myself up the rope.
So the mage hand can only pull up 10 pounds, but the mage hand is gonna kind of grab the back of his jacket and lift up that 10 pounds to hopefully make it a little easier for him.
All right, so make another athletics check.
I might
plus 1 for the mage hand.
10.
10 is what you rolled, right?
I rolled a natural 8 plus 1 from me, and then plus 1 from the mage hand.
Oh no! So it's 10.
So 10 total.
You are able to kind of like scramble. You've let go of the rope at this point. It's gone. No. Your hands, you have them firmly now on the lip of this tunnel. But Adam's just kind of standing over you, just kind of like whispering some words as he's got a frostbite prepared to shoot down at the alligators below. But he's just kind of standing there, like letting you kind of do it on your own now.
Help me, damn it!
As this happens, oh wait, the mage hand is occupied, but I can still probably do this.
So sick.
Yeah, Dirk is going to take a look at what he's dealing with. Actually, he's gonna pull from his pouch his immovable rod, hand it to Zed, and telepathically instruct Zed to put it over the middle and hit the button, and then Dirk follows that up by running, leaping, grabbing onto the immovable rod and using it as a swing.
Okay, yep.
And swings to the other side.
Okay, I'm going to need the athletics check. It's a lower DC, though, because it's a little bit easier, I guess.
Nathan Drake over here.
Yeah.
Athletics?
Yeah.
Okay. 21.
21. Okay, so yeah, you're able to swing to the other side. Adam kind of has to back up so you can land there real quick, and Dirk is still kind of like, or not Dirk, I'm sorry. Bertram is hanging down below. Bertram, like, you're scrambling right now, and the slime.
So hard to
you're like
my way over
you're like
this edge.
kicking. You're kicking with your feet, and your feet just can't get a hold on this slimy wall. Your front half is completely covered right now in just whatever this muck is, and you're just pulling. You're pulling. Make an athletics check.
6.
Oh, nuts!
Your fingers, they're like aching, and you just can't get a good enough grip. What are you guys doing to help him
at this point?
Yeah, Dirk and Adam, they're just gonna, or at least Dirk's just gonna
grab an arm,
plant his
I'd rather be
feet
eaten
on
alive than get any more filthy. So.
Yeah, he's gonna plant his feet and try to grip him and yank him up.
Adam will grab the other arm. He'll cancel his casting. Just grab Bertram's other arm and try to...
It's still got that mage hand, too.
You hear that high-pitched hiss one more time, and you hear the snap of jaws that just barely... You can feel you swear you can feel the air move behind your ankles as they pull you up into this pipe as the teeth just kind of like brush against your pants. They miss you, but just narrowly, and you're currently, you're up now in the tunnel. You almost made it all the way through the sewers without getting disgusting. But 5 feet away, there's this grate that's pretty dilapidated, and you guys think it goes right into the castle. We're gonna find out where it leads next time, because right now we're just gonna leave you guys here.
Well, real quick, I'm just gonna get pulled up. I'm just gonna look at my friends Adam and Dirk, both right in front of me. I'm just gonna puke over everything.
Oh, no.
That's it. I'm just gonna puke everywhere.
And Dirk just pulls out the wand and hands it to him. I think you've earned using this for yourself. And as the mage hand brings back the rope and
Your rod.
my rod, yeah. And then that's yeah.
That's it. That's all she wrote for now. And you guys are into the castle. The biggest enemy you faced was a fucking 15-foot gap over water.
I mean, that 15-foot gap definitely hurt some of our pride more than our health. But before, our health got really fucked. So
I mean, as a DM, hurting your pride is much more satisfying than your health.
Is it?
Yeah, I find it very fun.
All right, that's fair.
Okay. We'll talk to you guys next time. Good luck.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Dice Heist. If you like what you've just listened to, why not help us out by spreading the word of the show? Tell a friend, family member, or coworker. The more people that listen, the more we can improve the show for you, our listeners. Another great thing you could do to help the show is writing a review and subscribing on whatever podcast network you use to listen to us, like Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcast, and so many more. Don't forget to check out patreon.com/diceheist, where we always have great content for all, not just our members. Give it a try, and if you feel it's worth it, we would greatly appreciate your patronage. I'd like to thank all the people that make this show possible, starting with Aaron, Bronson, and Nick, for being amazing partners in this crazy show. Our intro and outro today is Something for Now by our very own Nick. I can't forget my partner behind the screen and wife, Erica, for her support and her constant help with writing, ideas, and of course the show notes. And of course, we can't forget battlebards.com for their help improving our show with their expansive library of music. Don't forget to check us out on Twitter at dice_heist and on Facebook at Dice Heist Podcast. Feel free to reach out to us there or send us an email at diceheistpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening and stay tuned for the next episode of Dice Heist.